Hey y'all, Irish Guy here. Now I'm not single as you can see, but if I was, this may be what I would do on Valentine's Day. So if you're single and it's Valentine's Day, what do you do to pick up chicks? Now there's a lot of people that do it all wrong. They're single, they're like, man, that bar's gonna be hopping tonight, it's Valentine's Day. And every single girl's gonna be out at the bar. Which that is a very true statement, because most girls that are single or recently broken up from a relationship, they're probably going to go to the bar just to be that way, and the opportunity to meet to meet a new dude. So how do you pick up chicks on Valentine's Day? Well, there's a lot of strategies, and one thing that I recommend, the first thing I wouldn't do if you do go to bars, if you're single and you go to bars, I probably wouldn't go to the same bar. Probably what I would do is go to a bar in the surrounding area where it's fresh scenery, because that's even gonna make it cooler. Because see, the mystery, if the chick you're picking up, if she goes to that bar all the time, she's not gonna recognize you because you're like new dude. It's like, who's that dude? You know, it's a curiosity factor. The curiosity factor is imperative. So what you should do, and there's a couple of different approaches. If you are single, and actually I'll save that for later in this video, because if you're single and you want to look like you're recently broken it off or something, put your ring on the finger. This is your finger that you wear, and actually I'm married, so this is legit. But you could put a ring on that finger right next to your pinky on your left hand, and it looks like you're married. So that makes you, and that's not necessarily a good thing, because the chicks that you're going to pick up, if they think you're married, probably aren't the chicks you're going to want, because they're trying to go after a married dude. And that's it's a matter of what you can make your own moral decisions in life, and you can take it however you want to take it. But the fact of the matter is, if you go in a bar and you've got on a wedding ring, more chicks are going to come your way. Now, do you want those chicks? That's up to you. But more chicks will come your way. But if you anyway, so that's just one, some food for thought there. And then the other thing I would do, aside from going to that bar that's not your typical bar, if you do go to the bars, go to a new place, something else you may want to do is go to like a hotel bar, because those are cool, because there's a lot of obviously the hotel, there's a lot of work people that come and go, and you can just kind of be that mystery dude sitting over there. And the curiosity factor, that really attracts chicks. Some other things, some do's and don'ts. I mean, obviously put on some cologne, but don't spray yourself down. So many people put on so much cologne, it's chick repellent. What you need to do is just get you some spray cologne, kind of spray it in front of you, kind of walk towards it, and do that once or twice. You don't. The whole thing with cologne is that you want the chicks to smell it. But they don't need to smell it when you're across the bar, because that's a turnoff. And the other thing, when you're dealing with cologne, stay away from the common brands that everybody thinks, oh man, I'm cool. So my recommendation, I would not wear Armani cologne. I would not wear Gucci cologne. Those are two. It's like, oh, because the chick asks what you're wearing, and you say that, you just seem like you have no sense of individuality, and you're just kind of trying to be cool. But if you do something else, you could just get some random cologne and just be like, well, I mean, don't get cheap stuff because it makes you seem cheap, but get you some random cologne, and chick would be like, what's that? And you could just say, well, I don't know, I picked it up at some perfumery, and just kind of build that curiosity, because she's like, perfumery? Who is this guy? Where does, and it's going to build the conversation, right? Because they're going to want to know more. Or you could get kind of like a low-key, high-end brand, like a Ferragamo or something, because Ferragamo, they have a good cologne, and it's something more off the radar than a Gucci or an Armani, the things that everybody perceives as being, oh, okay. So the cologne's important. Obviously, you want to make sure your hair's groomed. You want to make sure you brush your teeth. You want to be sure you got you some I think chewing gum's a dumb thing because you do that, it looks like you're trying to cover something up. The same with breath mints and all that. It's like, what's the problem with this dude? So the main thing is that the objective to picking up chicks on Valentine's Day is to keep that mysterious allure about yourself. So it's not like a lot of people, they're like, man, I'm going to go out on Valentine's Day, I'm going to get wasted, and I'm going to pick up so many chicks. No. What I would honestly recommend doing, and obviously before you take a cab ride or walk if you're in the city or whatever, is having a few cocktails before going out. And then that way when you get to the bar, you can comfortably pick up a drink, you're already at ease. So, maybe as soon as you walk in that bar, those chicks are looking at you, they're like, hey, but you're not the person that's over there at the bar like, taking shots and chugging beers and all that. You're already feeling the buzz. And that's if you're a drinker. Maybe you don't even want to have a drink at all, which is perfectly acceptable. But if you are a drinker, that's the approach I would take. And then that way it just adds to the smoothness perception. Makes you a man of intrigue and sophistication. And see, that's the thing. Because the key component is not being like the mainstream. Because a mainstream Valentine's dude that's single, he's going to be like I said earlier, man, I'm going to get ripped. And they are. They're going to get ripped, they're going to get sloppy, and they're not going to be able to pick up chicks. But that actually plays to your advantage if you're the person that uses this strategy or a strategy similar to this, because see, then the chicks are going to gravitate to you. Whether it's like this dude over here is like bothering me, can you get him off of me? Or it's like, God, I was out there on the dance floor and these guys are crazy. And then they come to you because you're just a laid back man of mystery. And see, when it starts, the conversation starts obviously if the chick's drinking, just be like, would you like me to buy you a drink? And she'd probably be like, well, that's nice, nobody's asked me that all night. And see, that's a good approach because it makes you stand out. It makes you look like a man of sophistication. So then you buy the drink. If she wants to drink, obviously don't try to encourage drinking if she's not a drinker. But if she does, buy her a drink and then start talking. But see, keep your stuff very, very closed off. I mean, not to make yourself look like you're hiding something horrible, but just keep yourself very closed off, because the perception that you want is the mystery. Because the mystery, it's like anything else, and this isn't just about chicks, but it's about anything. If you don't know the answer or you can't figure someone out, it is just going to burn you up. Or whether it's a person or a problem or whatever, if you don't know the solution, it's going to burn you up because you're constantly going to think, why is that the case? What is that? What is that? And it's the same thing with chicks. So if you build up this perception of mystery, they're going to want to know more, and to know more means that they're going to stick around, and sticking around in a dating type situation means that there's probably going to be more dates. And keep the questions centered around her. Ask questions about her. Not only are you asking questions because you're interested in this chick, that's the ultimate reason, but the other thing is you're asking questions because you're getting to know more about them. And keep in mind everything that's said, even the most insignificant detail. Remember that, because those details can come up in future conversations on future dates, and it's like, oh, that's so sweet, you remembered that. And it's remembering every key detail, even what is perceived as the most insignificant detail. Like, for example, it's like, I was out at somewhere with so-and-so and so-and-so, and I had on these pair of shoes that I didn't like. Well, you remember that comment, and the next time she goes out with so-and-so and so-and-so to somewhere, and you could be like, were you wearing those shoes? And she'll be like, you remember that? And it's just a cool thing. And then also, the asking questions is important because it makes her feel empowered. She's like, God, this guy's intriguing. He wants to know all about me, but I want to know about him. So see, that is how you pick up chicks on Valentine's Day. Because, and just to recap, what you're doing, you're standing out from the crowd. You're not the typical drunk dude on Valentine's Day mad because you don't have a date, or you just broke it off a relationship or whatever. But you're standing out from the crowd in a positive way, and you are a magnet. I mean, you are. You are the chick magnet. But in your mind you are. But the way you come across is that you're just a smooth dude. And not smooth in a sleazy kind of like salesman kind of way. You don't want to come across that way. Because you're not selling anything. Because if you were a salesman, you would be talking up yourself. And you would be pointing out this, that, and the other, and it would make you look like a salesman, which would be a turnoff. But it's building that allure of curiosity that not only starts a relationship, but leads to multiple dates. And hey, like I said, you saw it here. I mean, I'm not a person on a television show giving relationship advice. I'm just telling you, if I was single, which I'm not, and I'm glad I'm not, and there's nothing wrong with being single. So if you're enjoying your Valentine's Day and you're single, hey, all power to you. I encourage you to try what I mentioned, and I hope that it works the best for you. And if it does, share your feedback with me. And if it doesn't, share your feedback with me too. And most importantly, share this video with others. And you can check the video description. I've got a link to some Valentine's Day gifts. So if you're not single, or maybe you plan on not being single a few hours into Valentine's Day night because you're going to meet the perfect chick, you can check this video's description. I got a link to order some Valentine's flowers and gifts and all kinds of good ideas right like that. So happy Valentine's Day. Be safe. Be polite. Be smooth, but not smooth in a salesman kind of way. Just be smooth and build that curiosity buzz. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, youtube.com/IrixGuy. And y'all have a good day.